Yes, the same monster who destroys everyone in his path. Once found himself on the brink of disaster. Let me tell you the story. On May 6th at the Tokyo Dome, a boxing event took place that had the entire local crowd buzzing with anticipation. The main event.
The monster. A fearsome flurry, and he's
Event, Naoya Inoue versus Louis Neri. At stake were the WBC, WBO, IBF, and WBA world titles. Naturally, the Japanese superstar was the overwhelming favorite. He was the
Inoue has been whistling the knockout tune to all opponents for 12 years now.
6, 7, 8.
It's over.
In the violent world. But others, they got a lesson in pain. And when it comes to dishing out those lessons, no one. And I mean no one, does it like Naoya the Monster Inoue? This ain't your typical fighter. This dude is a walking executioner in the
You are a Japanese turtle. Inoue scared me.
Naoya Inoue is an undefeated knockout artist with a baby face and not so baby punches.
Cole.
In the name of Inoue. He just won. That is a bad dude. You hear me?
Those type of situations. Opens up this third round with a combination. Bubbles in that corner and desperately needs to get out. He has that left hand.
Say what you want. I know he will.
I feel like the hype is around amongst him because he's a Japanese person doing these things.
Signing their own death warrant.
There's that stick.
You've never seen Naoya Inoue like this. The monster, weak, vulnerable, humans? Fans all across the globe were holding their breath at this time. The warrior who seemed unbeatable was faltering. Mentally as well as physically. For the first time, maybe ever, we all wondered the same thing. Is this it? Is this the night the monster falls? Music kicks in, slow build up. Today, we are exploring a day boxing fans will never forget. A night when one of the most feared Teo artists on the planet looked beat. When Japanese wrecking machine Naoya Inoue looked everything but invincible. This wasn't simply a difficult battle. This was something more. This was a struggle of will, a test of soul, a war that stripped the monster to his core. And what occurred next was right out of a movie. So grab your popcorn, fight fans, because this is the account of the night Inoue appeared human, and got much more renowned because of it. Before we dig into his lowest moment, you had to comprehend how high Inoue had soared. Born in Zama, Kanagawa, Japan, Inoue didn't simply join the pro game. He surged through it like a hurricane. He had just a handful of fights before he began collecting world championships like they were trophies in a computer game. By his 6th pro bout, he was already a world champion. By his 8th, he had moved up a weight class and demolished the champion there. 2. By his 18th, he had 3 weight categories on lock. But it wasn't simply the victories, it was how he was winning. Inoue doesn't box to win rounds, he boxes to terminate careers. Right hand like a lightning bolt, left hook from hell, body injections that make even the hardest collapse. His moniker wasn't a gimmick, the monster was genuine. Knockouts in the first, explosions in the second. Opponents didn't simply lose against Inoue, they were demolished. He had the footwork of a dancer, the hand speed of a cobra, and the icy eye of a guy who already knew the result before the first punch was thrown. So when the boxing world tuned in on that historic night, they didn't anticipate a war. They anticipated another execution. October 2019, Saitama Super Arena, Japan, World Boxing Super Series Final. Naoya Inoue vs. Nonito Donaire. A generational showdown, youth versus experience, speed versus knowledge, monster versus the Filipino Flash. And yeah, on paper, Inoue was the favorite, undefeated, on a KO streak, 10 years younger than Donaire. But there was something about this matchup, it didn't set well with serious boxing aficionados. See, Donaire wasn't simply a previous champ, he was a 4-division king, a verified Hall of Famer, a fighter who'd fought everyone Arce, Regendos, Walters, Frampton. He had experienced defeat, but he had never been terrified. Still, some thought, Donaire's too old, too sluggish, too worn. Inoue's going to take him out in 3, maybe 4, that's what the odds stated. But they were mistaken, so incorrect. From the opening bell, something seemed odd. Inoue wasn't dominating, he was being touched. And then, the unimaginable. Round 2, Donaire swings an overhand right, boom. Inoue gets rocked, blood splatters, his eye is cut, his nose is smashed. And for the first time in his life, the monster seemed disturbed. Not afraid, not broken, but human. The arena froze. What ensued was 10 rounds of sheer brutality. This wasn't a technical chess match, this was 2 soldiers in a phone booth. Donaire kept landing, and Inoue, he continued marching through the flames. But that eyed man, that eye. Swollen, red, half shut, blood dripping with every blink. Commentators couldn't believe what they were witnessing. Fans on Twitter were in disbelief. People were asking, is this the night Inoue loses? But let's be clear. This is where legend Inoue not simply the finest bantamweight of all time, but maybe, just maybe, the pound-for-pound king? And you know what? He's making a heck of a case. Here's the thing. Everybody likes a knockout artist, the man who crafts highlight reels, who stops battles early, who never seems vulnerable. But what constitutes a genuine champion? Not power, not speed, not hype. It's what you do when things go apart, when you're wounded, bleeding, losing rounds, and the world begins to distrust you. That night in Saitama, Inoue passed the exam. He didn't win because he was superior. He prevailed because he was stronger inside. The monster we knew became a fighter we revered. And that moment when the crowd froze, that silence, that halt in the universe, it was the world realizing, this kid's unusual. Today, Inoue's no longer merely a rising star. He's a 4-division world champion, an unchallenged king, a walking nightmare for any boxer from 115 to 126. But he never forgot that night, the night he bled, the night he battled, the night the audience froze. It's part of his mythology now, not a weakness, a badge of honor. Because every great warrior has that night. Ali had Frazier, Tyson had Douglas, Pacquiao had Marquez, Inoue had Donaire. And he came out the other side not simply alive, but immortal. So the next time you see him fight, when he steps into the ring with that steely stare, that steely focus, that monstrous energy, remember what's behind it. Not simply power, not simply speed, but pain, growth, and the heart of a great champion. That's the tale, fight aficionados. The night Naoya Inoue appeared weak, and got stronger than ever. The night the audience froze, and the tale was born. If you love this analysis, don't forget to press that like button, subscribe for more amazing boxing tales, and let us know in the comments. Where does Inoue rank in your all-time list of greats, and which conflict should we break down next? This is Boxing Pulse, giving you the rawest, realest, and most explosive tales in boxing.